This is my E-Flite UMX air tractor, really super fun and great looking RC plane. I mean, just look at it, it does really look nice. Just a scaled down version then of the 1.5 meter air tractor from E-Flite. And grass operations is always interesting when you have small RC plane with small wheels also. So if you fly on the grass, you have to hand launch this RC plane. So let's go outside and do a hand launch and just see how it handles to land on grass. Today I have a really nice morning, very little wind, but also interesting because you can see kind of the sun is about to hit this part of the grass field then. So it usually just starts to be a little bit turbulent just because the sun heats up a certain area and then it's still really cold then in the shades. The UMX air tractor is a fantastic flying plane. It does have a really good speed then on a 3S battery, so I believe you can also fly this on a 2S battery, but I haven't really tried 2S. So I think that the 3S is the way to go. You can put in kind of a 300 or 350 milliamp battery inside. And you can fly for a long time, so it's a really efficient plane. The vertical flying is excellent. Don't have to really move the sticks that much, and it keeps level really well, also inverted. Just remember to place the battery a little bit towards the rear, just to have the plane just flying better inverted. So this plane is a little bit like flying the FMS Corsair 800mm. It's about the same size. The Corsair is of course a much heavier plane. It also runs on a 3S battery, but you do like 850 in the FMS Corsair then. But I think that they share kind of the same agility. But if I would really pick and choose and between this air tractor and the FMS Corsair, it would be the FMS Corsair, because I really don't like these linear servos. And I think that all UMX RC planes, I mean, you just pick them out of the box and you cannot do much. And I haven't really tried to service kind of these small electronics inside the UMX planes, but I can imagine that it is really fiddly. And if you just look at something like the FMS Corsair, then it uses more regular components. So certainly a more user-friendly experience if you are about to just replace parts or improve it in some way. But how they fly, I think that they are really comparable. And of course this is so lightweight, so you can fly in more or less any location, just as long as you have the space, because I mean it is quite a speedy plane, so it picks up speed and go really fast. If you're not really used to flying RC planes, it will surely go away really quick from where you're standing, and as they are small, visibility can be a problem, but I have no problem just to orientate this plane and try to keep it as close as I can and still having a lot of fun to fly it. And the thing is about planes that are agile and at the same time really well controlled, that is kind of the sweet spot to me. But the sweet spot to me is also like 1.2 to 1.3 planes. So yeah, just in looking how the planes I do keep, it is the 1.2 to 1.3. But you can see when you just really push it on 4S, it has an excellent speed. And just compared to the E-Flite Draco, then Draco is not really even close to what this plane can do, because this is a 3S plane and Draco really have to put in a 4S battery to it to become good. I mean, it's a sweet plane. Just look at it. It looks more or less like the larger 1.5 then. Really scaled this one down in a good way. And this is also much easier to fly than the 1.5. The 1.5, I mean, it's not a difficult RS airplane, but it does take more effort by the pilot just to have it look good. And it's also kind of have this weak landing gear, so this is more like flipping over when you land this plane. So let's get it down then. Usually I flip it, but no damage, so. First off, this is just a fantastic RS airplane. So it just flies great, it handles fantastic in the air, hand launch is really easy, but when it comes just to landing on grass, I would say that you will certainly just experience this one flipping over more or less if you have rougher grass. Now it's not really negative, because if you have like really long grass and you hand toss this one, it will probably just, you know, plop down really good way in the grass, and the grass will just absorb everything, so no damage whatsoever. And even if you have like a field like minefield then, which does feature a little bit longer grass, not too long, but just a little bit longer, it will just nose over. It doesn't look pretty, but I don't think it will hurt the plane either. So if you really want to do ground operation with the wheels, then pick a smooth surface, or just really well lawned grass, like a, you know, artificial football field, or just a well cut real grass football field, and then it works great. But the thing is, this just handles fantastic in the air. It's just so fun to fly this one, and just the features with the lights and the great look of the air tractor then makes this a really enjoyable RS airplane to fly. And I really just look forward to every time I get this up in the air, because it handles so fantastic.